It's a sunny day. I say let's go for a ride. Coming out of hibernation and what you guys ride. I'm curious if you'd comment on your favorite ride, what you own, and maybe describing that in 2 or maybe 3 words, adjectives. Tell me what you like and what you're all about. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Springfield that I'm riding right now. I'm gonna say it's just vibey. That's a phrase. Okay, just vibey. But that's what I come out with. Okay, you may have something else. They're like they become children. I named this one Penny, and my other one is Rocky. For anyone that has watched the videos before, and you give them personality. And how do you get rid of a son or daughter, right? I mean, it's like, now how could I let Penny go? Oh no! I'm still digging on the Springfield so much. Taking these corners, for example, it's a big 900-pound bike, and I'm able to zip it around here. And as you can see, I'm flying it naked today. Really nice to have a reminder of what just a basic motorcycle is all about. Get out in the wind, not even protecting myself with a windscreen. Love it. Sunshine and wind. I can't get enough. And it just so happens it's in February now. I mean, what's not to love about that? Even in the South, it's not every day that we get to ride with it above 60 degrees. So I'm really enjoying that. Some of you bears up in the north, I kind of feel for you. I mean, maybe you can sneak it up to 40 or 50 degrees up there, but it's a rarity. But I felt proud of my dad yesterday. I called him up, and he had just bought a Harley trike late into the fall, and he got very little chance to ride it. So I asked him if he got a chance to ride, and he says, I was out today on it. So good for him. I was proud of him. So I kind of feel like this is just kind of a conversation. Yeah, it's one way, but I'd love for you guys to comment about anything that strikes your fancy, as I've been hibernating, watching a lot of your videos and looking at different bikes and things that would kind of grow me up. When I first got into this again, I mean, I didn't even know really what an adventure bike was and why people liked them. I mean, I knew that they were doing tours on them. I just didn't get it. I mean, I didn't understand. I mean, I'm better understanding now. And I am not opposed to maybe one day getting one. But do I want it to replace my standard street cruisers or touring bike? I'm not there yet. I mean, I still like this Vibey V-twin pushrod engine. I mean, it's still my jam. And the pursuit has been awesome on the longer distance stuff. It's smooth as silk. Nothing really to complain about. It carries a lot of luggage. I mean, the adventure bikes are cool. I mean, I like the neutral stance in them. That's growing on me a little bit. And I'll tell you what, the type of adventures that some of those guys do does actually appeal to me. And I had a conversation with a guy in my local motorcycle shop, and he was a BMW, I think it's GS 1250 that he's got. And he was considering a Triger 900. He pointed some pictures that he'd had out in Colorado and Baja, I mean out in California, in the desert. Man, that sounded really nice. I mean, there's not really an adventure I don't want to take at least once. And I don't want to be left out of something fun because I don't have an adventure bike. Now, I mean, does that mean I'm going to buy one the next 3 months, 6 months? No. But it does wet my whistle a little bit for it. I mean, what I really need is to replace my GMC truck that has approaching 200,000 miles on it. And instead, I'm sitting here looking at your videos and others, seeing, oh, that BMW's nice, that Triumph's nice, oh, look at that new Indian, whatever. I laugh at myself. It's totally ridiculous to have 2 bikes or 3 bikes. But what was kind of fun is that our first chapter meeting of the year at the IMRG meeting, the president of the group gave everyone an opportunity to talk about what they rode, and there were a lot of guys that had, and gals that had multiple bikes, which was pretty terrific. I didn't feel nearly so bad just to having my 2. I have become that very thing. I get a certain bike and I just fall in love with it, and I can't imagine ever letting it go. But I consider bikes, and I got a soft spot in my heart for one, and especially if you name it. Hey, yeah, that's something. If they become children. I named this one Penny, and my other one is Rocky, for anyone that has watched the videos before. And you give them personality, and how do you get rid of a son or daughter? Right? I mean, it's like, now how could I let Penny go? Oh no. I mean, I know in my head that's ridiculous, and yet she's got a soft spot in my heart. I know I'm not the only one. Some of you, at least, are out there feel the same way. You name your bike, you have a soft spot, and you really... You know what makes me wonder? Has any of you ever cried after you sold your bike? Your favorite long-lost love, if you traded it for a newer model or something, and then had just had regrets? Maybe the tearful goodbye is maybe a little strong, but I don't know if you have. I mean, man up, woman up, whatever. Tell us the story. I'd love to hear that. But I can imagine it in my head anyway. Like, I'd really regret if I'd let this bike go. I would really, really regret it. Especially if it was just money. If it was just, I have to trade it just because I need to get the next newer model. Don't know. Random thoughts. So what are you all into for the spring? Any of you have new bikes? You making any plans? Doing anything new? Buying new luggage? Let's talk about what we're going to do in the spring. Leave them in the comments down below. It'll entertain me and the rest of us too while we're hibernating for the winter and into spring rains. If you go to Daytona, let me know that too, because there's a possibility that I break out my wallet and take off for Daytona. I mean, I thought about it, threatened to do it last year. Now it's approaching, it's less than a month away. I've made no preparation, but that's just the way I kind of do it. I wing it. But if I was to have a bunch of you viewers that say, hey, I'm going to be down there, yeah, that's going to make it, it's going to make it pretty enticing to go jump on the bike and take off. Let's get connected. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do Daytona. Don't get me wrong, but if enough of you do it, and I don't know, I may get the itch and go just take off. So it's going to take a couple days probably to get down there. It's like a 12-hour ride or so to Central Florida from here. Well, Daytona maybe a little less. Anyway, all right, y'all, I'm going to let you go for now. Be sure to throw some comments in, and we will see you shortly down the road, maybe even at Daytona itself.
I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows.